Mr. Debojit Bhuyan, Special Secretary, Government of Assam. Mr. Amit Shah, Chairman, Indian Steel Construction Council. Mr. Kishendu Ghosh, Regional Head, East, ISCC. Esteemed participants from academia, architects, construction industry, and of course, steel construction industry. A very good morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Before starting my address, let me openly confess that I have no expertise in steel, neither in steel nor in construction. In fact, in government functioning, like the anchor read my biodata, we dabble into too many domains that we become jack of all trade and master of none. So expecting some technical insights from me will be futile. In fact, in my current assignment, I have to travel a lot in forward area. We are building our infrastructure mostly in China border. So I travel to remote locations and I spend few of my nights in those buildings which are primarily steel buildings. So I'm more qualified to comment on steel buildings from a user's perspective rather than an expert perspective. While preparing my address, I in fact learned many lessons. So it came as a surprise to me that there are 3,500 types of steel. I never heard of that, but I am told there are 3,500 steels. Out of that, 10 are primarily used in construction, and 4 are of course mostly found their usage in habitat construction. As my organization is primarily, we are basically building infrastructure for defense, that is all streams of defense, Army, Navy, Air Force, DRDO, and of course now Coast Guard also. So what I expect is that I have been given this honor and privilege so that I can throw some light on how we can sort of increase uses of steel or maybe incorporate steel construction in defense infrastructure. So I'll be confining my sort of address to those areas where I have limited sort of domain expertise. I tried to sort of demarcate defense infrastructure into 3 areas. First area where I do not find any uses or any possibility or any chances of having steel construction. Second, where it is already steel construction, so you can't perhaps add more steel into it. And third, where there is a possibility of enhancing and maybe there are challenges and areas where we may go in for more steel. So my first category where I said there is no possibility of enhancing steel is we build a lot of infrastructure for storing ammunition, whether it is small arms or sophisticated missiles, we build some kind of storage accommodation for them. There we have very rigid kind of norms. We have an organization called Center for Fire and Environment Explosive, which have standardized all designs. And there it is not really neither cost nor economics nor speed or nor quality which plays a prominent role. There it is safety of surrounding, safety of ammunition and safety of surroundings which plays a pivotal role. So in those kind of structures, we really don't find any possibility of adding more steel or maybe changing the construction that we are doing in current sort of methodologies. The second is steel, which are basically hangars, aircraft hangars, and many other storage infrastructure, which we are as such building in steels. We have a lot of specialist equipment for Army, Navy, Air Force, which are required to be stored in some kind of safe premises. There it is primarily steel construction that is being undertaken. Now the third category where we have ample scope, particularly from the point of view of quality and speed of delivery of infrastructure, is the one which I'll be talking about. We build a lot of residences for our officers, junior commissioned officers, other ranks, and even civilians in defense services. So residential premises, office buildings, recreational infrastructure, sports infrastructure, and maybe in forward areas like the area that I am looking after presently, where we have to sort of very least construction window. Like Northeast, we have maximum 6 months of construction time. 6 months, it rains heavily here. And if there are requirement of, let's say, putting up a base at a forward location, there, these kind of pre-engineered buildings, LGSF and steel construction can come very handy. And we are in fact, in the current sort of this thing, rigorously advocating to our designers, to our policy makers to go for these buildings, these kind of buildings in such circumstances. There are two advantages which we can clearly look in. We can deliver the infrastructure in time and we can ensure quality. So that is one domain that, the participants and sort of architecture engineers and steel industry experts you can look at. Mr. Debajit Bhuyan has already given you a lot of homework. In fact, I also came with my own agenda points. So few of them I am 100% in agreement with him. He has already thrown few challenges to you. I also have my own list of challenges. We build a lot of infrastructure for Navy and Coast Guards. Coast Guards are one of the recent addition to our user base. Most of their buildings are in coastal areas, very close to sea, and sometimes even we have to get a special permission to violate coastal regulatory zones. We need for corrosion resistance steel in those buildings. Presently, there is no satisfactory alternative. Tried epoxy-coated steel, ended with failures because of bonding with concrete, and no satisfactory answers for having a steel which can withstand heavy sort of corrosive areas. So we would like to get some more insight or maybe some more development in that domain. Second point which Mr. Bhuyan also covered is wherever we are going for PEB structures, there are delays in supply of steel, particularly contractors crib that he is not able to get the steel in time, and a lot of extensions and other issues get involved in that. Though I perceive that wherever defense infrastructure is involved and we raise the levels, things get sorted out. But that can't happen in every places. We have 600 stations in all over India, and there are projects, higher value projects, maybe things can be taken up through Ministry of Defense and things like that, but not for every project. So maybe one area that has to be sort of ironed out is quick delivery, particularly to small contractors. I would like to end my keynote address on a lighter note. While I was giving it a thought, why sort of steel buildings are not found usage in sort of small dwelling units. One idea or one rather personal experiences that came to mind is typical problem of a housewife कि कील नहीं ठोक सकते. The moment you build in steel or build anything other than brick and mortar, the pleasure of taking a hammer and inserting a nail in the wall is taken away from an Indian household. Wherever you advocate more steel or more steel construction, kindly find solution to कील ठोकने का problem का भी. Thank you for listening to me patiently, and wish you all the success.